got something very special for you, as promised in one of my stories earlier this week. And I'm just double checking because we are supposed to be now live on Fluting, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. So I'm just checking that everything is to plan. I actually going to give you some actionable things that you can take away and you can actually do. And you might have to replay that video and or watch it after that or with the subtitles or something like this. So it's going to be very exciting. Those are things that I answered for myself literally a couple of days ago. And if you do these before 2022 comes, then you'll thank me later and you'll see what I mean. So once again, everything is sorted now, right? And we are properly live on Fluting, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. It's not usually here from Freedom Lifestyle Creation. If you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay right now, and let me know where you are listening and watching this from. So, a lot of people do this thing called New Year resolution, and typically those things don't work. Now, why they don't work is because, people just like leave it on paper and they don't commit to anyone and they don't really reveal it to anyone and nobody holds them accountable. Now, I'm actually going to give you an assignment that I really encourage, I'm going to give you a question to reflect, things that I actually done that. It was, I don't know, 2, 3, 4. I lost the count. I've done it a couple of days ago, the same questions I answered for myself, and that was really, really powerful. And I really encourage you to actually go and show the answers to someone that you trust or you care about or and that will be, really powerful for you and your development. So I'm actually going to have those questions on the screen and I'll, briefly explain what I mean. So the first one, basically what you want to be doing is to answer those questions in a written form for yourself, whether you're writing it on your phone in your notes, whether you are writing it on your notebook like I did, or whether you are writing it on a notepad, Word, whatever, on the computer, right? So, excuse me, the first question to ask and answer is, what is something you did this year that you will remember for the rest of your life? What is something you did this year that you will remember for the rest of your life? You see that question here below, right? So it could be something you've experienced, it could be a new goal, something you've achieved, someone that you've met, something that you've tried and never tried before. Just acknowledge yourself and think, what is that thing that you did this year that you remember for the rest of your life? Or maybe it was like a massive like event, you had a child born, you got married, you found the love of your life, whatever, or like what is one thing that you did that you remember for the rest of your life? Then number 2, list all your blessings for the year, all of them. So I'm talking about 2021, like skills you've acquired, positive people you've met, like learnings you've learned, like anything, like literally could, and all the accomplishment. Like I've included, people I've met and impacted me, skills that I got that I didn't have before, results that I've achieved that I did not achieve before, or were like, top of the order for me. Now you want to include everything, even if it's like really, really small, because even a small thing, when you acknowledge that, it's a real start of something. So however small that thing is, include it. Then number 3, what do you commit to get absolutely clear on for next year? Or in other words, what is the one thing that will have the biggest impact? So what is the one thing that will have the biggest impact when you commit to get absolutely clear on it for the next year? So it could be, a certain action in your business. It could be having this conversation with someone in your life, like your partner, your mother, your father, your child. Like, what is it? Write it down. What is your single biggest challenge in making next year off the chart successful in your eyes, right? Like, what is like the challenge that will, like, literally, when you overcome that challenge, it will blow the lead of what you are capable, blow the lead of what's possible for you, right? Like that kind of thing. Like, and don't think at this moment of, like, oh, how do I resolve that? That doesn't matter. First, what is the challenge? Acknowledge for yourself. Write down what is the single biggest challenge in making next year off the chart successful in your eyes. And what are you committed to doing to overcome this challenge? We are taking what you said in number 4. What is your single biggest challenge in making next year off the chart successful in your eyes? And what are you committed to doing to overcome this challenge? Now, here you need to tell the truth. Here you need to tell the truth, because because I'm not going to, like, to test you on that, and other people won't know. But if you just write something for the sake of writing it, then you're only fooling yourself, right? So tell the truth first and foremost to yourself, right? First and foremost to yourself. Next, what are 3 things you haven't started because of pursuing perfection? You want everything to align perfectly, and you haven't started. What are 3 things like that you haven't started? Maybe it's a project, maybe it's something in your business, maybe it's something at work, maybe it's something in your relationship, a conversation you didn't have. It could be a small thing, doing Facebook Lives. Doesn't matter. Like something you've been on the fence, and like you haven't started because you always wanted to be perfect. Then list 3 changes you will make in your life in the new year, right? Okay, so 3 changes you will make in your life, like in the new year, like lifestyle changes, about your relationship, about your business, about your career, about, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband and wife, as in like how speaking to them, or how you treating them, etc., etc., how you treat yourself, first and foremost as well. So it could be in any area, or you can answer everything in one area, but you could diversify it and answer like across the board, like mix and match kind of thing. Next, what is preventing you from making those changes? So in number 7, you listed 3 things that 3 changes you will make in your life in the new year. Now I'm asking you, what is preventing you from making those changes? So what are the obstacles that you are seeing that are preventing you from making those changes that you've just listed, right? This is super powerful, because I'm not the, rather than just like thinking positive thinking and like, and all rainbows and unicorns and all that, and the way people plan what they want, I'm actually drawing your attention to also the things, you acknowledge your blessing, and now you're acknowledging what you want, what is that for you to improve on. So it's not just like wishy-washy what you would like to, it's actually actionable. You actually breaking through, you creating new neurological patterns in your mind, right? So what is preventing you from making those changes that you've listed in number 7? And then number 9 is, what is one thing that worked well, that is in 2021, that you can do more of? Maybe it's certain action you've done in your business, or in your job. Maybe that's something you used to say to your brother, your sister, your child, your mother, your partner. It doesn't matter. Something that worked really well this year that you could do more of, and maybe you haven't done enough of. And lastly, it's like the 10 commandments. No, it's not, but so it seemed like that we've got 10 questions, right? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered for? Like, here I invite you to really think big and really write down, like, I'll be remembered for example, making change, to mental health. I'll be remembered for making, my business as the best business in da 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 da. I'll be remembered for, like, being the most influential person in my company, or in my job, or in my sector, or and it could be a lot like smaller, like you call the shots. Like I'm talking like grand thing, but I want your mind to actually get into gear and thinking, what do you really want to be remembered for? And here it's connecting the dots. And I'm not going to go through like everything, so you will have to go through that video again. But this is basically Noi from Freedom Lifestyle Creation, literally 10 minutes with 10 questions that if you do this before it's 2022, you will thank me after, and you will definitely thank yourself. So until the next time, and my next video is likely to be already in 2022 because it's the 30th year. in New Zealand and in most places. So until the next time, have an amazing New Year Eve and New Year Day, and I'll catch up with you very, very soon.